Nicole Cartmell with the Bank of Missouri. If you're in the market for a new home, you're probably spending a lot of time looking at real estate listings. But there's one main thing you need to do to narrow down your search. Get pre-qualified for a home loan. Mortgage loan officer Shannon Meissner is here. How does this help you to live well, bank well?
Getting pre-qualified for a mortgage loan is definitely your first step. Pre-qualification allows you to determine early on how much money you can borrow to purchase a home in connection with your monthly budget. This way you know what homes to be watching the market for. We have lots of different loan options to fit everyone's unique needs. This way we can help you accomplish your homeownership dreams and goals. And the best part about pre-qualification is there's no cost. It's quick, easy, and it makes you a smart buyer.
Thanks, Shannon. And of course, our mortgage loan officers like you are here to help you every step of the way. At the Bank of Missouri, we help you live well, bank well. The Bank of Missouri is an equal housing lender.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Welcome you in to an increasingly cloudy Mark Worley Field at Metter Park for baseball night in the Ozarks. Nixa Suckers and Springfield Metropolitans set to go. Final game of this GRBL Sunday triple header. We've just got one more of those left before the regular season is done. Starting lineups for the Metropolitans, they'll lead off with their left fielder Jared Brashler. Batting second will be the third baseman Clay Murphy. Batting third and playing center field Harrison Waters. Batting fourth, the shortstop Calab Kauffman. Batting fifth and catching Cole Hazelhorst. The extra hitter will hit in the sixth spot. That's Justin Parker. Batting seventh and playing second base is Dustin Thomason. Batting eighth and playing right field will be Grant Cundiff. Batting ninth and playing first base is Kevin Walsh. The number 10 hitter is the designated hitter, number 2, Gavin Huke. And the starting pitcher for the Springfield Metropolitans, wearing number 10 out of Missouri State University. Hard-throwing righty with a slider and a fastball and a pretty good hook for good measure. That is Logan Wiley. Nixa Suckers will be the home team on the board. They will lead off with their center fielder Schuyler Carter. The second baseman bats second. He's Caleb Cole. Batting third and catching is Courtney Spitz. Batting fourth, the left fielder Trent Simpson. Batting fifth, the shortstop Logan Rycraft. The number 6 hitter is the first baseman Zach Young. Batting seventh, wearing number 7, the third baseman Landon Clark. Batting eighth, the right fielder Jamar Averyhart. Batting ninth, extra hitter number 13 Seth Burns. And batting 10th, the pitcher. He's on the mound right now taking his warm-up throws. That is the rookie from Nixa, Missouri. From University of Illinois, Springfield, Jake Uber. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rance Berger. My partner for this one, Daniel England. Daniel, we get another look here at Jake Uber. 19 innings. He's allowed 6 earned runs on 12 hits. Struck out 17, walked 7, and hit 4 batters for a 2.84 ERA. Scouting report on Jake Uber. Simply put, if you're going to get to him, getting to him early is a good time to do it. He has struggled in outings in which he sort of gets hit or struggles to find the zone early in an appearance.
Yeah, he didn't look very well his very first start, and then he's really settled in and thrown very well.
Yeah, 4 earned runs in that first start, so right away he had 2 innings against the Showmen and had a 14 ERA. Since then, it's been much better. Over the course of 17 innings, he's allowed just 2 more earned runs, so had a little too much fun out of the chute, perhaps, but we'll see what he can do against this Metropolitans lineup. And the book on the Mets is they do the pitching and the defense very, very well. They have struggled offensively, just 7 runs in their first 5 games.
Yeah, I know what that feels like. I've been there before.
Both of these teams winless in the month of September. So somebody's going to walk out of here with a pretty important win here tonight. And as, of course, the weather is going to be like a second opponent for both of these teams this evening, we continue to watch radar screen. Simply put, not looking good. There's some green that is starting to poke its way through. We're hoping that maybe we'll get missed, or that maybe we'll be able to get one, maybe 2 innings done, as Jake Uber just got Jared Brashler
Drop down
looking.
sidearm. That's a good pitch.
That's no easy feat. Bring up Clay Murphy. The Metropolitans player manager struggling with the rest of them. He's now 3 for 16 on the season. Did have a triple in the Mets' last game. It was a game in which they left 7 runners in scoring position. Here's a grounder to the third baseman. Nice flip from Landon Clark. And on a team where we make a lot of out of how good the defense is, Landon Clark's a guy who flies under the radar for how skilled he is.
Yeah, when you got Logan Rycraft and Caleb Cole up the middle, they pretty much overshadow everybody else when it comes to defense.
Harrison Waters, sponsored by Waters Cinema, batting .200 is 2 hits, a triple and a double. He's got an RBI and also a couple of walks.
Yeah, we may need to institute the got to have your feet on the dirt for the infield. We got Rycraft and Caleb Cole playing just shallow outfield.
They are both way back, straight away and deep for Waters, who skies one. It's going to be Landon Clark's ball, actually. He was in good position. He barely moved. Just hauled that in, made the grab. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Jake Uber and the Suckers. That's exactly what they ordered right off the bat. And we will proceed to the bottom of the first right after this.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
Did you know that Conoco gas has 3 times more detergent additive than the minimum required by the EPA? And 30% more than the top-tier detergent gasoline standard, recommended by major car manufacturers. Other alternatives contain unwanted deposits that can build up on fuel injectors and intake valves, robbing your engine of performance. More quality in every drop. Only at your local Rapid Roberts.
Logan Wiley has been very good for the Springfield Metropolitans all season long. The problem is he has gotten next to 0 run support for his efforts. 20 innings pitched, 6 earned runs on 16 hits, 21 strikeouts, 9 walks, and a hit batsman. It's a 2.70 ERA. That is down from Wiley's career ERA of 3.54. So he has been dealing. Last time out against Moon City, you guys got to him a little bit, got him for 4 hits, but he struck out 7 and walked a couple.
Yeah, we capitalized on a couple of errors they made, so I think we put 3 up on him in the first. Maybe only 1 of those was earned, so.
Not shabby.
Yeah, you would think with 2 of the best pitchers in the league with Wiley and Clay Murphy that if they got any kind of offense, they would be right up in the top.
The defense is good. You know, when you look at runs allowed, they're actually second in the league behind your Mavericks. Even with you guys giving up 6 runs today, you're still first in the league in terms of defense. But you know, this Metropolitans team pitches and defends well. Yep. They just flat out do not score. And then Hazelhurst on the first pitch just took a Wiley slider.
Yeah, he took that where you don't want to take it.
The glove in frustration there. Well, he's up. He's walking.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. But, yep, he's going to go walk to the Mets dugout, perhaps.
And probably throw up.
Get some advice. So we're under delay here.
I think Schuyler may got a little piece of that. So yeah, he's walking down to the end.
Redirected late. Yeah.
And to the trash
boy.
can.
No, is he going around the corner?
Yeah. Yep.
May inadvertently give one of the kids a souvenir down there.
There he comes. And he's got a jog, so.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, Fackrell's back there behind with him, so who knows what's going on.
I think Rob went to say, do I need to go get dressed, pal? Hazelhurst is tough, but there are some things that even toughness doesn't cover, and that's one of them.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good at all.
0-1 to Schuyler Carter, the GRBL's all-time leader in base hits. He is 5 for 20 for this campaign, so 89 lifetime. Swung on and missed there, and he's down 0-2. Carter has struck out 8 times this season. That's a little bit uncharacteristic. More swings and misses for SC as Wiley comes home on an 0-2. He bounced it.
Well, they have to play. They played Trey Turner twice, so when you've got to face him 2 or 3 times,
that's true.
That'll get your strikeout. That
makes everybody's strikeout total go up a little bit.
Yep.
Mention and thank Schuyler's sponsor, the Vineyard Market in Ozark, Missouri. That pitch misses high. That's right on State Highway CC across from Lambert's Cafe, the northernmost Ozark exit. That's swung on, fouled, and Carter, even falling behind 0-2, that's what makes him such a tough out. He has extended this plate appearance, fought back to 2-2. 6th pitch coming up here. Swung on and missed. Wiley took something off, and he got Carter around.
Yep, a 74-mile-an-hour changeup on the outside. Fooled him. Couldn't hold up his check swing.
So here is Calab Cole, batting like a guy who did not take 2024 off. He is 7 for 13, 8 runs scored. Also has 5 walks. He's been hit by a couple of pitches, so he's just been an on-base machine for the Fish.
He's such a gamer. He comes out, he competes, plays hard every time. There is no half measures with Calab Cole.
1-0 inside, spun him around. Now some raindrops are starting to fall. I'm seeing a little water on the concourse down there in the unprotected spaces, but we play on for the moment. If it's light rain, we can live with it. There's a slider for a called strike. Need to get this one at least 5 innings done in order to constitute a complete game, as there's another strike to Cole, so they've gone slider, slider. We're back even 2-2. Cole swung late. That is tailing, foul, first base side.
See, the Mets chose to go with the pajamas tonight.
Yeah, the black pants, and especially on the guys that look that like to wear them baggy.
Yeah,
it can look a little bit more like pajamas than your traditional baseball uniform. Cole again swinging late, and again fouling it off.
Stop looking at that radar.
Yeah,
bad luck.
It's not good. I'll just tell you that. Not loving it. 2-2, swung on, again down the line, and again foul. Calab Cole has now fouled off 3 straight 2-2 pitches. Logan Wiley wondering what he needs to do to put him away. Yeah, we're going to run out of baseballs here pretty quick.
Yeah, the umpire didn't have any. We'll make sure he gets some. Who is our plate umpire tonight?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
I have not seen this gentleman before.
2-2. Cole pokes it. That's going to tail down, and that is what staying in the hunt does for you.
Yep. went with a little off-speed pitch, and Caleb Cole was not fooled and flipped it out into center field.
So I believe this is Tracy McCash behind the plate. He's worked some GRBL games.
Okay.
I'm not sure who the field umpire is.
Oh, I know who it is, but I don't know his name.
I see. So he's been here before, you're saying?
Yeah, huh?
All right. We'll just leave it at that.
Yep.
Courtney Spitz bats with a runner on and 1 out. Following that single to center by Cole.
So 1 on and 1 out.
Spitz, the Suckers player manager out of Drury University. Chops this one up the middle to the second baseman Thomason. Feeds Kauffman for 1. Gets it to Walsh for 2. 4-6-3. And the Mets get off the field. We stay scoreless after 1. Baseball night in the Ozarks. Just getting rolling. And yeah, we've got a little bit of Mother Nature in the mix too.
At Central Bank, we've brought the home loan process closer to home. All of our lending decisions are made locally, right here in your community. So you get quick answers and loans that are tailored to meet your needs. So whether you're just starting your home buying journey or well on your way, Central Bank can help turn possibilities into realities. Apply online at centralbank.net or at any of our convenient locations. Central Bank. We do banking better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life is full of things to worry about. Your home's foundation shouldn't be one of them. Vertical and horizontal foundation cracks, windows and doors that stick are all indications that your home has foundation issues. At Foundation Recovery Systems, we offer permanent solutions that help put your worries to rest. Call us today for a free inspection.
Back to Mark Worley Field at Metter Park, where just as the first inning between the Suckers and Mets came to an end, we officially entered a lightning delay. So that means lightning has been observed within 5 miles of the stadium, and we are in a delay. It began at 6:18, so that means the earliest we could get going again would be 6:38. 7:38, I guess, for those of you watching from the Eastern time zone. I'm not even going to mess around with mountain time in the West Coast, but that is the situation. We've got a rain delay, and so that is affecting all of us here. Had a couple of good games earlier today. We saw the Ozark Mountain Ducks pull off a win against the Branson Showmen in the GRBL South. So what that did was it moved the Mountain Ducks to 4-2, and it also gave the Ducks 2 wins over Branson. It bumped the Branson Showmen down to 4-2, and so with that, the Showmen fell into second place in the GRBL South, and the Mountain Ducks moved up into first. Even though the two teams have identical records at 4-2, Ozark has beaten Branson twice, and so by GRBL tie-breaking criteria, Ozark has the advantage over the Showmen. Suckers came into tonight's game 2-3, so best they could do is pull within a game. Still with 1 game to go. Final day of the regular season coming up on September 28th. Good news for you, Daniel England. Your Moon City Mavericks still in first place in the GRBL North. You just didn't lock it up today. Could have locked up the first round bye with a win.
Yep.
Instead, the Locos pull up to 3-3. Metropolitans in the cellar at 0-5. That's not going to change. I mean, for all intent and purposes, Springfield is looking at a 5 seed at best in the GRBL playoffs. The question is, what's going to happen with Moon City and Republic on the final day of the regular season? So, coming up on September 28th, we've got a noon game between Ozark and Nixa. Then at 3, the Locos play the Mets. That is a divisional game. And then on Baseball Night in the Ozarks, it's a non-divisional tilt between the Branson Showmen and the Moon City Mavericks. So a win for the Mavs would likely posture the Mountain Ducks, or no, it would flat out mean that the Mountain Ducks would win the GRBL South. But Showmen also have the advantage of getting to sit back and watch that earlier game between Ozark and Nixa, so they will know exactly what to do. Likewise, if you're the Mavericks, Dan, you still control your own destiny. Bottom line is, if you win next week, you still lock it up, and you still hold down first place. So, still a fine regular season for your guys.
Yeah, it's been a good one. We've we've really only had one really bad game where we didn't play any runs, and that was against the Nixa Suckers. I think they beat us 6-0, I think.
Yeah.
And but since then we've hit the ball well. Today I wish we could have scored a few more runs. We had opportunities, but we just couldn't get a big hit. Nick Bacon comes up in the 8th.
Yeah,
and, put good wood on the ball, and I look up and Ryan Cram standing 15 feet behind second base and catches the ball, and so we just couldn't get a gapper. I think we had one extra base hit, and that was Thomas Brand's
Thomas
double.
Brand's RBI double in the 7th. You're absolutely. Other than that, you were singles machines today.
Yeah, the first inning was so odd. We had Brady hit one 394 feet and got a single because it looked like possibly Simons was going to catch that.
Yeah.
So Winder had to hold up, and we got bases loaded with I think one out in the first, and we only get one run out of it. So, and then I think we had bases loaded 2 or 3 times.
I was trying to look back at the strand count, because I know there's nothing more that a manager loves to hear than how many did you leave in scoring position. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's runners left on in scoring position. It's a big story. That has been a big story for the Springfield Mets, who stranded 7 in scoring position a week ago.
Yeah, I just got a text from Brock. He told me to move my mic closer to my mouth.
Well, there you go.
And it's like, I don't want to, because I'm pretty sure Justin Loudon's been breathing on this thing for the last 2 hours.
Hey, I did hit it with a towel real briefly,
well,
if that makes you feel any better, but not responsible for whatever flavors he might have left behind. Fruit snacks, always got to be snacking, so. Take a quick look. I am going to look at the radar here just because I'm a glutton for punishment.
Coming down pretty good.
It is. We've got a shot at about, I think, 2/10 before this shower and storm is done, and maybe more in the 8 o'clock hour. So yeah, now they've hedged their bets again, just calling for a chance of showers basically throughout the remainder of this September 21st. So love that. Chance for severe weather has diminished. That's good. But the chance for precipitation really doesn't lighten up for a while. What I've heard, a rumor from the league office is that we would not let a rain delay go any longer than 60 minutes, but I would think the two teams are, they show up, the guys dressed out, went through everything, they want to play. There's no doubt about that. So we'll wait and see, but the commissioner is here, the director of baseball operations, Steve Lale, is here, so they will make their decisions if and when it comes time for that. Right now we'd be looking at 6:38 as the very earliest time we could get going. But as I'm looking at the radar, I've got just sort of a band of heavy showers that is heading directly our way. Right now it's sort of over Nixa, running from the northwest to the southeast, pretty much a dead-on 45-degree angle on the picture, so that's good in that it will pass over and it will be done, but for the meantime it means we could get a little more rain before things begin to lighten up. So that is the way things stand. We will step aside, give you a little bit of rain delay theater, come back, and we promise you folks, as soon as the teams look like they're ready to come back, we're going to come back as well. You're watching Grip and Rip Baseball, brought to you live and free all season long here on our YouTube channel.
I need a change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8. Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
The Fuel Forward app is a go. Fuel Forward provides quick and secure payments and everyday savings on fuel at your local Rapid Roberts to keep you moving forward. Download today and save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Then save 5 cents per gallon every fill-up after that. Driving just got a whole lot better thanks to the Fuel Forward app at your local Rapid Roberts.
Take a breath. Here's your Be Well moment with Burrell Behavioral Health. You're invited to pause and feel connected. Let's practice by taking a deep breath in and an exhale out, and start to notice the space around you. What can you see that is a reminder of your connection with others? Maybe it's a drawing created by a child, a music playlist put together with a friend, a beloved pet basking in the sun. If we look closely, there's evidence of our connection to others all around us.
For more wellness, visit BeWellCommunity.org.
Elite Promotions is a family-owned company dedicated to providing effective, efficient, and quality promotional products to organizations just like yours. Elite Promotions will make it simple for you and quickly find the products that will give you a reason to use Elite. Elite Promotions is the official outfitter of the Grip and Rip Baseball League, dressing all 6 teams in the jerseys you see on the field and all of our official fan apparel. Be on the cutting edge. Be Elite. Elite Promotions, ElitePromo.com.
Back with you live at Meadow Park in Springfield, Missouri, where the rain is intensifying. So what we will do is entertain you a little bit with a classic from the vault. I'll let Daniel England pick this one out. It's an old episode of the Burger Bites podcast. We're taking you way back into the show's infancy. This originally aired December 6th, 2020. It's an episode featuring the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 GRBL draft. This is part 1 of the Cole Rourke story. Please enjoy some classic Burger Bites right here on the GRBL YouTube channel. And I promise, folks, you're not going to miss a thing. If the teams hit the field, we will come right back and bring you live coverage wall to wall. Back with you soon.
It's Mr. Burger. Ain't gonna tell them what your name is. It's Mr. Burger. Now show them why they should be famous. It's Mr. Burger. Ain't gonna tell them what your name is. It's Mr. Burger. Now show them why they should be famous. Stop, cut the beat off.
Burger. Burger Bites is recorded on location in Ozarks, Missouri, and presented on Anchor. The views expressed on Burger Bites are not necessarily those of the staff and ownership of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Enjoy the show.
He's one of the fastest rising stars in the history of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. There's so much more to pitcher Cole Rourke than fastballs and strikeouts. We're about to take a comprehensive look at his career that includes a lot of introspection and some of the lessons from his own experience that Cole tries to impress on the young people he coaches today. We start off in a classroom in Licking, Missouri. It's a town of about 3,000 people where the major employer is a state prison, and 1 out of every 4 people lives in poverty. That classroom is where Cole Rourke has been trying to make a difference while dealing with the added challenges and the health concerns of the COVID-19 pandemic.
I mean, it's changed everything, I guess is the best way to describe that. When we went to the shutdown phase last year, we had nothing. So we're a pretty poor district. We're low socioeconomic. We're definitely behind on the technology train that had been happening. You know, I don't even have like a smart board. I've got a projector like pull down like it's 1995 still. So we were definitely behind. We were scrambling as a district. So we did the paper packet thing like I think a lot of school districts did last year. And then we kind of had the summer to prepare, which you're not really sure what's going to happen the whole time. I'm part of a leadership group here and volunteered some time to just kind of talk through that and, you know, what's the plan, what's going to work the best, what are we doing. Really late in the game, it was probably mid-July, our district decided we were going to use Microsoft Teams as our platform. I'm a Google person. I had done a ton of my stuff on Google Drive and part of my shared networks, and now we've got to use this Teams model, which has taken some time to adjust to. So basically, the way that our district runs it, we run a combo classroom. So where, you know, some schools have gone a couple days virtual, a couple days in class. Ours is every day we're in class, but you also have virtual kids at the same time. So when the bell rings, all of our virtual kids or kids that are in quarantine, they're supposed to log on to their teams. I have a meeting set up ready to go. I'm supposed to teach them along with teaching the kids in the physical classroom. There's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong in that transmission. Then they have to take it on their end, upload it back, which, you know, I was the kind of student where I probably wanted to get by with as little work as possible. So I can kind of see the pitfalls there and how easy it is to say, well, I don't know. I sent it. I don't know what happened, Mr. Roark. So we definitely see a lot of that. It's been a mess. I'm tired all the time. I'm not necessarily a technology guru anyway, but I'm only 26, which makes me by far our youngest staff member. So they come to me, all the old people. You know, Harvey and Tell that I coach with, and then you know him pretty well. It was a fight to get that guy ready for the school year. But to his credit, I mean, he works at it. But he's the kind of guy where I had to set up the email on his phone when we first started together. So it's been a challenge for everybody. But I'm really proud of what we've accomplished so far. We're almost done with the first semester. Can't commend people in our district enough for sticking in there and grinding it out.
Give me the rundown of all the different classes you teach and what age groups.
I've got one section of 7th grade geography, and then I have one section of 8th grade American history. So we basically do pre-colonial to Reconstruction with 8th grade. And then I have 4 sections of high school American. So we take them from Reconstruction on through as far as we can go, basically. And those are usually sophomores in our district that are part of that. So I get every sophomore in the district between those 4 sections.
Now, was history and social studies something you always had an interest in, or is that something you found a little later in life?
I think it was always the most exciting to me. It made sense. I have always been a big reader, and I think that's just kind of a place where I could go deeper all the time. There was always something more to find out. And I've moved around a lot. I'm sure we can get to that in a little bit when we're talking, but you know, I'm from out west and then down here, and I've got family that's been down in the Boot Heel, and there's a really colorful history down there. So I've seen a lot of the United States and always kind of felt a pull and an attraction to know, you know, how we got here. Why are things the way that they are? So yeah, it's always been my thing for sure. So I knew it was going to be that. My second focus is English. I'm actually certified in that. I'm going to get into that. So who knows, but I really like history, and I'd like to stay there if I can do it.
Say a lot of baseball fans anyway will remember you from Rolla High School and playing some of your best baseball against Springfield there in the Ozark Conference, but you were not at Rolla K through 12, correct?
Correct, yes. So I've got kind of it's a long history of moves. I think the last time I counted it up, I think I went to 16 different school districts before I graduated high school.
Why all the moving around?
Well, my dad was a truck driver, and my mom kind of picked up work where she could. They never really settled down anywhere for too long. So there were multiple school years where I might attend 3 different schools in the same year. So we just bounced around a lot. I was born in Wyoming, Torrington, Wyoming. About the size of Licking, actually, pretty similar sized town there. And then we kind of moved all around Wyoming. We lived in Nebraska for a little bit, little pieces of Colorado, and then moved to Rolla halfway through my freshman year. Came out here. My dad's from Missouri. He's from Winona High School. And so it was kind of close, and the pull really was high school baseball. I think when we finally made the move, you know, I'd shown an aptitude for that. I was on some really good travel teams out west, and Wyoming doesn't have high school baseball. No option for that, so Rolla was pretty enticing.
Yeah, how do you think all that moving around affected your development as a ball player, and then ultimately your college recruiting, and you know, what was going to lead you on to that next level?
There is kind of a shorter window for even summer baseball out west. You get in those Mountain West states, and when the snow comes down, it stays on the ground, you know, all year. So we really wouldn't get going until June. Would usually be when we would first start to get to play. I did have the opportunity. I threw hard pretty early on, and you know, if anything opens doors, even still, and maybe even more so now, it's velocity. So I was one of those just rare, I guess, 11 or 12-year-olds that was throwing in the 70s and really pushing it out there. It helped that I was 6 foot tall in the 7th grade. And if you know very many, 6 foot tall 7th graders, I was weird looking, like really weird looking. Big curly hair and glasses and just goofy, but I could throw a ball a little bit. So I got to jump on with some pretty good squads and travel around. Got to play in Texas and California, which was really neat because we were poverty level family. We didn't have a lot of money, but getting a chance to kind of go out and do some different things was really big for me, seeing how big the world is inside of baseball. Tony talked about that a little bit in his series with you. It can be really eye-opening, it can be humbling, which it definitely was. So then when I came to Rolla, I'd been kind of a big dog out there in the West, and I get to Rolla, and my freshman year was Dalton Friend's senior year. So, pretty great high school player, big lefty, threw really hard, ended up at Jeffco, and then later a draft pick. And so got to kind of right there in team level stuff, we're competing. I'm seeing this guy be a real dude, and I'm this, weird looking, lanky freshman trying to figure it out. And so it was pretty eye opening, just the level of athleticism. My number one ticket, if I could have picked anywhere to be, was Oregon State. They were really good, 06, 07, back-to-back champs there. I had, a feeling for that kind of Pacific side of the country, really wanted to go and playing Corvallis. And once we made the move, I was like, that's pretty far to be even getting seen by those guys. But I knew I wanted to potentially go out of state. That was a look for me. Drew a little bit of interest from Southern Illinois. Went and worked out at Creighton. Ed Service is like my number one favorite baseball guy. He's just really neat. So just kind of searching around, and eventually landed at SBU, which was pretty close to home, all said and done. So maybe it didn't work out like I planned.
I'm going to say Bolivar, Missouri will certainly not get confused with the Pacific Northwest anytime soon. You had 3 years at Bolivar, and I know you kind of grew into a pretty good role there toward the later part of your stay, but then you had a transfer. So can you tell me a little bit about just what were the factors that led to you transferring down to Warner University in Florida? Because outside looking in, that seems like a pretty big move.
Yeah, and it was not part of my plan at all. I think it was God's plan kind of thing. Really ended up at Bolivar in the first place. I had a girlfriend that was from Licking, where I work now, and she's my wife, so I guess that worked out okay. But she was a year ahead of me in school and had gone there. Her sister had attended there ahead of her. I'd never even heard of SBU or the fact that they might have a baseball program. So really didn't think about it long term. I kind of was thinking Missouri State, Mizzou, something big time. And I had gone to a Drury showcase and worked out for Coach Nasby, and Byron Hagler was there as well at that time. And they had a pretty good offer on the table. I was going to be able to do some things there. And through talking with Megan, my wife, girlfriend at the time, her family, her sister was actually dating the SID there at SBU, Sports Information Director, and he kind of passed that along to Chris Martin, who had just taken the interim job at SBU. So he called me up personally and asked me to come work out, and I did. And they had what equated to a full ride with my financial aid, and so I went ahead and jumped. I figured I was good enough to kind of do my thing regardless. Got to throw immediately for them. I was a weekend guy as a freshman and sophomore and junior year. Kind of struggled to figure out our rhythm and role, and our pitching staff in general kind of struggled.
Man, oh man, I'll say this for Cole Rourke. He sure did love the girl. Cole and Megan got married during their years at Southwest Baptist University, and she was there to cheer him on when he won the Grip and Rip Baseball League Pitcher of the Year award with the Henry's Towing High Rollers in 2019. That's a good time to mention a website you need to know just in case of an emergency. LetHenryDoIt.com. Henry's is open 24 hours a day and serves the Springfield metropolitan area. When you've got car trouble, remember to let Henry do it. While Cole Rourke was settling into a new life and marriage off the field at Southwest Baptist University, he struggled adjusting to the rigors of college baseball on the field. By his junior year, his ERA reached 7.88 across 69 2/3 innings of work. He gave up 100 hits, logged just 14 strikeouts, and issued 55 walks. The Bearcats finished 6 games below 500 in Cole Rourke's junior season. Cole needed a change of scenery, and he needed to heal.
I had a couple little...
We interrupt Rain Delay Theater. Sorry for those of you just getting in, but hey, if you enjoyed that, you can find the entire catalog of old Burger Bites episodes available wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify and Apple. But on to more pressing matters here in the GRBL, where we just saw Lightning again at 6:39 p.m. And now we have an announcement from the Commissioner's office. Metropolitans and Suckers scoreless after 1 inning. They've just deactivated the scoreboard. Commissioner Tony Lewis, that leads me to believe that we will not be playing any more baseball this evening.
Yeah, Spitz ran up here, head coach Suckers, and then we called Clay Murphy up here, and I think we exercised some common sense. This cell is here, and it doesn't really look like it may even pass here until about 9.
This is what you call a lingering system in the weather game, and it is just really unfortunate for all of us involved here. So.
Yep, it's unfortunate. I'd rather get people home, get our staff home, clean it up. And the fortunate thing is that we did get the first 2 games of the triple header in the GRBL. We do not make as the rule sits right now, we do not do any makeups for regular season games. We reserve our rain-out date for the playoffs. And the reason why that is so essentially the first 2 games will count today, all stats, win-loss, all that does count. In this game, they simply do not benefit. Both these teams do not benefit, and they do not go down, I guess, essentially. We don't like when this happens. This we've really done a pretty good job of this not happening over the years in GRBL. And then the last thing I'll say to this is the real reason is we're slated for an October 19th championship day. And so when you delay a regular season week, for instance, that automatically pushes that game into late October. We do reserve that rain update for the playoffs, because if it does in fact have to rain on a playoff game, we have to make that up, which would force us into November. And November baseball in Springfield, Missouri is not any fun.
No, certainly not. So I think it's unfortunate, but it's reality, right? We can't control the weather, and as we see more lightning here in Springfield now, and so just is what it is at this point. So this game between the Mets and the Suckers will not be made up. It will just go down as nothing. So we'll be back on September 28th. It is the final triple header of the regular season. Next Sunday at high noon, the Ozark Mountain Ducks take on the Nixa Suckers. Then at 3, it'll be the Republic Locos and the Springfield Metropolitans. Then our baseball night in the Ozarks game is the Branson Showmen against the Moon City Mavericks. So nothing changes in the standings, and nothing would have changed in the standings anyway as a result of this game, based on where the Metropolitans and the Suckers sit. The devil's advocate as well. The Metropolitans could run the table, win tonight and win next week, and then threaten to climb out of the basement, where they could maybe knock the Suckers back into the 6th position. But as it stands right now, this is going to have an impact on playoff seeding. It's likely to lock in the Metropolitans for the number 6 overall seed. So no matter what happens, they're going to end up playing the 3 seed in the eliminators, and then the Suckers can likely do no worse than the 3. Well, no, they're 2 games back of the Showmen, so it's now impossible for them to win their way forward. So Suckers are going to be locked into that 5 spot. But momentum certainly on the line for both of those teams next week, but that's really going to be it, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, you could get into some scenario where if the Suckers beat the Ducks next week, then they could be going against the Locos in some certain way if the Locos lose next week. Because after the 1 and 2 seed from both respective divisions, you kind of throw everyone in.
Then it goes down to total win-loss. So yeah, Locos are 2 and 3. Locos are 3 and 3 with a win today. Suckers are 2 and 3 So the Suckers, the best they could do is 3-3. Locos would fall to 3-4, and then head-to-head, Suckers do have head-to-head on Republic. You're right.
Now, what I think is, interesting enough, even though we got the first 2 games in, it makes Week 7 of the GRBL very interesting.
It always is, and now now the mathematics is broken because we lose the evenness of the formula. So we're going to be sitting here. We're going to be going to head-to-head. We're going to be looking at runs allowed probably as the next tie-breaking criteria. It's all likely. That's all in play for the final day of the regular season on September 28th. It's going to be. It always is, but it's going to be exceptionally interesting this time.
What is the slate for next Sunday again, Rance?
So one more time, we will tell you folks at home as well. High noon on Sunday, September 28th. Ozark Mountain Ducks at Nixa Suckers. So. Nixa, as I just mentioned, is 2-3. The Mountain Ducks are 4-2 right now. The Mountain Ducks are in possession of first place in the South. Then at 3 o'clock, it is the 3-3 Locos against the 0-5 Springfield Metropolitans. A Metropolitans win would potentially shake things up for the Locos. And then at 6 o'clock, baseball night in the Ozarks, Branson Showman against the Moon City Mavericks. That is a game could decide who gets the number 1 overall seed, right? A Mavericks win over the Showman would put the Mavs at 5-2. Now the Mountain Ducks could also end up 5-2 with a win next week, so that's something to keep in play. And the Mavericks do hold a head-to-head over Ozarks, so a lot to play for. And hey, we got Daniel England sitting here. He's shaking his head. He's nodding his head.
Win and he's in.
That's
we needed to win today. We would have, so we didn't get it. So
that's right. There's only so many things you can control in sport and in life, right? So win the game. Give yourself the best position possible.
Thanks, Rance, for everything, Daniel. I'll let you guys finish up the show.
Say goodbye to the commish. We'll say goodnight to Daniel England. Any final thoughts? Any fighting words for the Showman coming up next week?
No, just come out, Mark Worley Field, Meadow Park. Come out and see some good baseball.
Only $5 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in for free. You can't afford to stay home for that kind of money.
No, you cannot.
Our executive producers are Harrison Waters and Tony Lewis. Today's game has been produced and directed by Seiler Bartleme. Big thank you to all those involved in our GRBL staff, and thank you to you, the viewers, who have hung in throughout this rain delay. So we will see you right back here next Sunday, beginning at high noon. It is the final GRBL Sunday triple hitter of 2025. Season 10, all in all, has been a good one, even with a little bit of rain on our parade here tonight. So for all of us here, my name is Rance Berger. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you are tuning in from. We wish you good night from Springfield, Missouri.